Dear friends, welcome back to my channel Let's Read. From the timeless collection of Malti Joshi, let's listen Son of a Mother, Ek Bete Ki Maa. Let's begin with the story. This relationship was fixed by Bhaiya's father-in-law. In a way, Amma had laid this burden on his head, and to whom she should say, Bhaiya, he is way too young for this responsibility and he did not had any experience in this. Jijaji, he was also there, but he was always busy in boasting about his chivalry and his virtuous act of marrying the elder daughter of Amma. He always tends to forget that when he was married, then Babuji was alive and he had spent more than his pocket and status could afford. Chachaji was above everyone. Despite being in the same city, he would not show his face for months. Even if he would cross any of us in the market, then he would not even ask about the well being for the fear of giving something. But he would showcase in front of relatives that he was shattered from bearing the responsibility of the family of his late elder brother. Don't know where all he lamented of Bhaiya's engineering. Therefore, one thing was for sure that for both of us marriage nothing will be accepted from his end. Anyways, there wasn't any problem for Bhaiya. He got placed later and people started approaching for marriage beforehand only. The question was about me. Amma was really worried about me getting married. That is why she directly asked her Samdiji and said, See Bhai Sahab, to bear the guest visiting again and again is not my cup of tea and neither can I afford it. That's why I intend to get free all by once. Somehow you arrange for a groom for my daughter so that I can be free from her responsibility and there will not be any added responsibility on your daughter's shoulder. Poor Panditji understood that this is not a request. Instead, it's an order. It's more like a condition for the marriage to take place. Poor thing. He was doing his best for his daughter, and now this added responsibility was given on his shoulder. It is easy to find a suitable match for your own daughter, as you are well aware about your status, financial status, and the adherence towards a good or bad future is all yours. One needs to think 10 times when taking a decision for someone else. But to get an engineer son in law, he gave some power and he found out a diamond for me also. The boy hailed from his own city of Kanpur, a gold medalist in English, MA, PhD, his own house, an elder brother and sister-in-law in the house. The house was separated into two parts. Whenever you wish, you can ask the tenants to free the space and can start living separately. Even we would not have been able to find such a suitable match. The entire program was finalized in Kanpur as we were heading there for Bhabhi's Godbharai function. Bhaiya was also accompanying us. Those people were also called there. They were known people and therefore it did not take much time to get a yes for the relation. We were visiting without any preparation, but still Chachaji managed to give him 101 rupees as a shagun. His sister-in-law gave me a sari when the point of finding a suitable muhurat for the engagement. His elder brother said that I do not believe in all these hoax activities. You please proceed with the wedding preparations. And everyone was so happy on finding such simple relatives. Two suitable muhurats for the wedding were finalized. A gap of 2 days between both the weddings were kept, which was also important. Till now, some occasional give and take away had also begun, like birthday greetings, gifts, etc. In the month of Sawan, we had also sent Rakhi Dora for Bhabhi, and my in-laws also sent me gifts. Initially, we used to write letters, and Bhaiya had also visited them once. But we found that Amma does not like all of these things, so we had to wait patiently. After all, it was a matter of only 3-4 months. In the month of June, Bhabhi's result was out, and she could not make it in English. Bhaiya was very angry and said, I agreed for this relationship on seeing English literature. Otherwise, who asked for a simple BA pass girl? He immediately wrote a letter to his future brother-in-law to coach her for the English as it is a matter of his reputation. Amma's happiness knew no bounds. She forgot all her knee pain and everything and was busy in the wedding preparations. Her shopping was endless. Jewelry, suit, saris. There was no differentiation done amid daughter and a daughter in law, son and a son in law. Whoever would come to visit her, she would open her box and show her all the things. We saw her so much happy for the first time after the demise of Babuji. But then we don't know whose evil eye cursed her happiness. With the onset of Navratri, she came into action, and it was important also, as there were two weddings that were to take place. She wrote a letter to Bhabhi's father asking what all arrangements is he doing and for how many people, so that people can be invited accordingly. Then she wrote a letter to Rajesh's elder brother asking for how many people from their side are coming and what kind of arrangements are they expecting. Will you be bringing your band or do we need to arrange for the same? Will there be ladies in the procession and do we need to make special or separate arrangements for them also? Amma wrote continuous 3-4 letters to them, but none of them responded. Then a telegram was sent to Panditji. Then we received a postcard from Rajesh's elder brother asking to postpone the wedding. Amma lost her temper. Is it really a joke for them to shift the wedding date when advance for everything has been given? And to get the new dates, the booking is also not so simple as it takes at least 3 to 4 months in every booking. After all efforts, Amma sent Jijaji to sort out all the things. However, he did nothing. He came back shouting on us, saying, "If you want me to get insulted in such manner, then please do not send me any more." But what happened there? They took me for granted. No one talked properly. Rajesh ji, on seeing me, simply left for Delhi saying that he had an important seminar to attend. His elder brother went inside the room saying that he has fever. Only Bhabiji was there, who got some tea and snacks for me after an hour, as if I had gone there for the snacks. But you could have taken Panditji with you. Wow! What to say about them? No one recognized me there. Even Sushma also didn't recognize you. I told you, they did not even allow me to enter the door. Simply said that Panditji has gone out for 3-4 days. I swear, I will not go in that house anymore. Amma was very scared as she knew Jijaji will take revenge of this insult in Bhaiya's wedding. Then, somehow Amma convinced Chachaji to go and ask them what the matter was all about. Now, Chachaji was not a sophisticated person like Chachaji. In fact, he was a very sturdy man. Despite of everything, he would go deep into the matter and get all the details. Chachaji only brought the news which shaken all of us from inside. And it was a horrible news. While teaching and studying English literature, Rajesh and Sushma developed feelings for each other and no one knew about it. It was too late when everyone came to know about it. They got married in a temple and put a full stop on everything. Poor Panditji could only apologize to us while Rajesh said that there was no engagement done and so I was not legally bound to her. Amma was mad with fury and anger. That day, when Bhaiya returned home from work, Amma blasted and said, "You make her study more English," as if she had to become a collector of somewhere. Initially, Bhaiya didn't understood what happened. After a long time, he came to know about the entire incident and he froze like ice. I thought he would also blast like Amma, but his reaction was opposite. He sat there all frozen and then suddenly he got up and moved out. After 12 hours, his body came back home. He could not bear this news and jumped in front of the train. I also wanted to die, but I made myself strong on seeing Amma. How will she be able to bear all these things alone? It was only me who will stay with her like a shadow in this tough time. Years gone by and I'm still standing on the same place where I used to be 25 years back. With the sudden ringing of the bell, I came out of my world and saw that conductor was shouting at me, asking me to get down. I got up stumbling, and found out that the entire bus was looking at me. Since I was a regular traveler, that's why he was showing some patience. I had to listen to so much of taunts. She must be dreaming about someone. Oh, even in this age? I was feeling ashamed. Those voices were following me, and I was wondering what kind of people are there nowadays? No care, no respect for anyone's feeling? While walking, I came to a sudden halt and then thought that the age taunt made me feel more bad and worse. Have I lost all the rights to think about someone at the age of 43? That girl had taunted, saying, even at such age? As if only the young people bear the right to fall in love, and the people aging do not have the right to live and love. However, she was not at fault. On seeing my body, my hairs, my dry skin, people usually consider me aging 50 years. At times, I thought to color my hair, but I could not do so with the fear of Amma. How many times I had a feeling that Amma would ask me and say to look after yourself and your health. But she had never said anything like this. She could never get out of her own turmoils. Amma, do you remember Mrs. Ahiravar who had come to that party? Yes, I do remember. And Bitto. Let me tell you one thing very clearly. Do not bring anyone and everyone at home. I am not going to wash everyone's utensils. This means that till date Amma is mourning for the day my colleagues came home for the party. For the first time I had called somebody home. There had never been an occasion to celebrate. Everyone used to nag after me to call them home. We had constructed a room on the top floor, and considering it as a reason, I called some of my office mates for tea. The entire day Amma was busy cooking something or the other. She welcomed my friends with immense pleasure. But as soon as I started with the introduction, her smile started to fade away. She did not accompany any of us in the dinner, for which no one minded. But when the entire team entered in the kitchen on the pretext of helping, I understood that today Amma will be fasting. She will not be drinking even a drop of water. When everyone left at night, I collected all the messed up utensils. Maid had always been out of the question. I only asked Amma to wash cups and plates, for which she didn't refuse, but she taunted me so much as if I had spoiled all her old age. I felt so bad and thought, had Bhaiya been alive, there would be party every day. Then also, would Amma have cried like this? Then I thought, had Bhaiya been alive, why would Amma wash utensils? She would be ruling over servants. You were talking about some Ahiravar, Amma asked. She always had keen interest in gossips, and she knew if Bitto has raised any topic, then it must be something important. Mrs. Ahiravar's sister's son is visiting her. So what? He is not alone. He is accompanied by a girl. She comes from a Bajpayee family from Kanpur. Her mother has eaten poison. Her father is suffering from a massive heart attack. Both are admitted in the hospital. Her elder brother is roaming around in the city with a pistol in his hand, saying either he will shoot both of them or he will take his sister back with him. He is not even bothered if he gets hanged for hanging both of them. Mrs. Ahiravar was crying a lot. Such a nice boy he is, an officer in bank. The girl should have thought about this before running away from home. Oh no, he has not made her run away. She came with her on her own will. She works with her in the bank. This only happens when you study a lot. This was Amma's favorite catchphrase. Whenever or wherever she heard about anything, she would say this only, as if by studying all the girls become rogue. I am also an educated girl, working for the last 25 years, but still living like a female monk. But I guess Amma's eyes never see me that way. Amma, do you want to know who are the parents of that girl? No. Who are they? The ones who were about to be your daughter-in-law and son-in-law. Amma's mouth was wide open in astonishment. Name and address sounded me somewhat similar, so I asked a little deeply. Amma, I think we should do a Kanyadan of that girl in a proper way, as she could have been your granddaughter. Beware, shouted Amma. Please, Amma. And I stopped her in between because when Amma starts abusing, then the words know no boundary. By interrupting her in between, she stopped saying abusive words, but her murmuring was continuous. I said, Amma, why do you spoil your own tongue? They are getting the result of their own karma. Bitto, this had to had happened. Has Babul tree ever got mango fruits? Can such a mother give birth to a decent girl? Really, I am feeling so happy and relaxed today. Amma had started once again without stopping. The walls of the house were all raging with the sounds of curse. I did not have the capacity to quieten her. The whole evening she was murmuring. While having dinner, she said, You didn't like, that's why I stopped. Otherwise, I wanted to cook lavish food for Thakurji. After all, he had given me a good news after such a long time. I will sleep peacefully today. But I could not sleep today. During the leisure time when I got a chance to inspect myself, I was astonished to see. Happiness had blown away my sleep. Maybe I was happy more than Amma. I was envying her. How easily can she say her thoughts and me? I cannot even utter a single word. Why don't I say it openly that I am feeling happy today? My curses have taken their shape. Both of you had spoiled the lives of us brother and sister. And the funny fact was that my entire rage was for Rajesh. Sushma had never been in the picture. I could not sleep, so kept tossing in the bed. Amma's cot was on the other side of the room. She was sleeping peacefully after a long time, so did not want to disturb her. I left the bed very slowly, went inside very slowly, without making even a single noise. For the fear of noise, I did not turn on the switch of bathroom. When I came back in the room, I found Amma's cot empty, and maybe it was empty from a very long time, as I could not hear her coughing from a long time. Where can she go? She's not inside. She must be in the lobby. Amma, I called her, and she turned back. Her eyes were watery. That face, which was bright with happiness in the evening, was now all sad. In the answer, she said very sadly, It's all about time, Bitto. He is a son who, for the sake of his family, is ready to kill and get killed. And one was my son, who silently jumped in front of the train. He did not even think how will Amma survive in her old age. I was shocked. My hand on Amma's back froze. So Amma was mourning for this entire night? Has she forgotten that I had turned my youth into ashes for her sake? She started crying, and I stood there silently like a dummy. I did not want to console her. For me, for my forbidden past, for my smeared future, for my scattered dreams, she never had a tear in her eyes. It was confirmed today that the lady for whom I am living by crushing myself is not my mother. She is mother of Bhaiya. She is mother of a son. Ek bete ki maa. Dear friends, this was the end of the story. Please stay tuned for more such stories and shower your love by liking, sharing and subscribing to the channel. Your little support means a lot. Thank you so much.